Hey, welcome back to Big History, everybody. I'm Rachel Hansen, and this is actually week 6. I know last week I said it was week 6, but it's really hard to keep track of the days. Today marks a pivotal threshold moment in the history of the universe, which is why we're talking about why was agriculture so important? Farming, agriculture, big light bulb moment. I mean, imagine, up until this point, people had spent their lives foraging. They spent their days looking for food, searching for sources of water, and they were nomadic. They moved in small groups. And then one day, somebody thought, today I think I'd like to sleep in. Maybe I could just collect some of these grasses that we've been gathering up or these berries, and I'll just try to grow them near home. So, maybe tomorrow I don't have to go out and go searching. And then they thought, well, what about these animals, like these cattle or these camels or these goats? What if we penned them up and just kept them close to home? We wouldn't have to go chasing them all the time. And so, about 12,000 years ago, agriculture was invented in many different locations around the planet and at different times. But the premise was similar. Settle down and begin planting and growing that food around you rather than being nomadic. Which is why our word of the day is agriculture. Agriculture. It's the process of planting stuff and growing animals and livestock. And it revolutionized people's lives. For the first time in history, it allowed people to settle down instead of chasing their food. And when they settled down, this freed up a lot of their time to begin working on other things. All right, so today for your lesson, you're going to Khan Academy and you're going to read Collective Learning, Part 2. We learned last week about collective learning, this idea that humans have this unique ability to build upon and share and preserve their knowledge over time, passing it down from generation to generation. Today, we're going to look at the ways that agriculture amplified our ability to learn collectively. And as David Christian's going to point out, we do this through networks. And here's how I like to think of networks. If there are two people, you have one connection, just one little connection in your network. If you have a network of 3 people, you have 3 connections. If you have a network of 4 people, you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 6 different connections. And so if you're up for it, here's your challenge. Go put 6 little dots on a piece of paper. When your network grows up to 6, how many connections are there? So try it out. Go read the article and think about, why was agriculture so important? I'll see you when you get back. 13, 14. Hi! Hey, welcome back! What'd you learn about networks? Did you draw yours up? Did it look anything like this? I've actually been sitting here trying to count. I think it's 14. So when your network of people that you're working and communicating with grows from just 4 up to 6, it grows exponentially in your ability to share information. This is what makes agriculture so powerful. So today in your historian's journal, I want you to think about how agriculture and farming have been affected by the coronavirus pandemic. I mean, in the United States, just 1% of the workforce is engaged in farming. This is pretty typical of most developed countries where that number tends to remain below 5%. We've invented technology to help us with our agriculture. So thanks to tractors and combines and silos and semi-trucks, we don't need as many people to farm. And so it's just a small percentage of the population, but how are they being affected? What impact is this having on big farms, small family farms, on migrant workers who we often rely upon to harvest the fresh produce that shows up in our grocery stores, and even right down to, big agribusiness. How is this affecting people who work in agriculture? Okay, it's always a pleasure to see you. Welcome back for week 6, and I can't wait to keep learning. Bye, y'all. Be good, and take care. We'll see you tomorrow.